What just happened in a lab in the Netherlands will reshape computing as we know it. December 9th, 2025 marks the day quantum computing shifted from distant promise to imminent reality. A company called QuantWare just announced the world's first 10,000 qubit quantum processor. For almost a decade, the quantum industry has been crawling forward at a pace that frustrated everyone watching. Google spent 6 years going from 53 to 105 qubits in their quantum chips, and IBM recently unveiled a 120 qubit processor they are calling the leading device size for 2028. This new processor delivers 10,000 qubits, a 100 times jump in one announcement. The system fits in a smaller package than today's hardware. QuantWare solved the fundamental scaling problem by creating the VO40K architecture using three-dimensional scaling and chiplet-based design. Traditional quantum processors use two-dimensional wiring with qubits arranged flat on a circuit board and control lines running horizontally. This works with 10 or 20 qubits, but as you scale up, you hit exponential routing problems. Think of it like a city grid. A small town uses simple streets, but as the city grows, you need more roads, more intersections, more complexity. Eventually, the infrastructure takes up more space than the buildings. By 2020, quantum chips maxed out at 176 control lines per chip, and the wiring ran out of room. The industry tried networking multiple small processors together in server racks. But quantum systems are fragile, and when you connect quantum processors over network cables, you get latency of about 10 microseconds per hop. Coherence, the delicate quantum state that makes these computers powerful, drops by 50% in a system with 1,000 qubits. There is something called T2 dephasing, which is how long a qubit can maintain its quantum state. Under the noise from adjacent control lines, T2 dephasing drops to just 50 microseconds, and for any computation needing more than 1,000 quantum gates, error rates rise above 10%. The quantum computer becomes less reliable than flipping coins. QuantWare went vertical. Instead of routing everything horizontally across a flat chip, the VO40K uses three-dimensional vertical wiring. They built their processor using chiplet modules, which are individual quantum chips fabricated separately in a clean room, and then precisely stacked and connected with ultra-high fidelity connections. This removes the exponential signal routing that eats up space on two-dimensional chips. The VO40K supports 40,000 input-output lines, more than 200 times what previous chips could handle. Despite having 100 times more qubits, it fits in a smaller physical package. Gate fidelities exceed 99.9% across modules. IBM's current chips hover around 99% for 2-qubit gate fidelities, and in quantum computing, every fraction of a percent matters exponentially. QuantWare was founded in July 2021 by Matt Ridgelarstam and Dr. Alessandro Bruno as a spin-out from QTech at the Technical University of Delft in the Netherlands. In just 4 years, they became the world's highest volume supplier of quantum processing units, with customers in more than 20 countries. They won the Deloitte Technology Fast 50 Rising Star Award in 2024. Their approach differs from giants like Google and IBM. Those companies build complete, closed quantum computing systems in massive data centers. QuantWare focuses purely on the processors using the quantum open architecture approach. Their processors work with components from other companies. QBlocks provides the controllers, and NVIDIA supplies the software integration. QuantWare is partnering with NVIDIA to integrate this quantum breakthrough with NVIDIA's NVQLink platform, connecting quantum compute with classical AI supercomputing through CUDA-Q. We are getting quantum processors that work seamlessly with AI systems in hybrid computing environments. The two most transformative technologies of our generation merge into a single platform. Imagine AI systems running on quantum classical hybrid architectures, solving problems we literally cannot solve today. Drug discovery in pharmaceutical labs that today takes decades could happen in days. Climate models that today require supercomputers could run on smaller systems. Optimization problems in logistics warehouses that are impossible today become accessible. The timeline makes this real. QuantWare is building Kylo Fab, an industrial-scale quantum processor fabrication facility opening in 2026 in Delft. This will be the world's first dedicated fab for quantum open architecture devices, increasing their production capacity by 20 times. The clean room will use electron beam lithography for features smaller than 5 nanometers. Each 10,000 qubit chip costs approximately 50 million euros. These are not consumer devices. They are infrastructure for research institutions, government laboratories, and companies working on problems classical computers in server farms cannot solve. The first VIO 40K processors ship in 2028. By 2028, companies will have access to quantum processors 100 times more powerful than anything available today, integrated with AI systems at exponentially lower cost per compute. Drug companies can simulate molecular interactions at the quantum level in research facilities. Financial firms can optimize portfolios across millions of variables on trading floors. AI companies can train models using quantum algorithms in data centers. Matt Rylarstam put it this way: for years, people have heard about quantum computing's potential, but the industry has been stuck at 100 qubit quantum processing units. QuantWare's VIO finally removes this scaling barrier, paving the way for economically relevant quantum computers. We are hitting a convergence point. AI is scaling rapidly in tech companies. Quantum computing is breaking through hardware barriers in laboratories. Robotics is moving from research labs to factory floors. These three technologies integrate into single platforms. The competitive landscape shows how significant this is. IBM's roadmap does not show 2,000 qubit systems until 2033, and it gives no time frame for 10,000 qubit chips. IBM is taking a conservative approach in its quantum computing division, focusing on improving the quality of smaller processors in their systems. Their 2029 target is IBM Quantum Starling, a fault-tolerant quantum computer in their research facility. Google's Willow chip, demonstrated in 2025, showed exponential error reduction as qubit counts increased. The Willow chip in Google's quantum lab completed a benchmark calculation in 5 minutes that would take a classical supercomputer 10 to the 25th power years. Other players include Pascal, targeting 10,000 qubits by 2026 using neutral atom technology. Fujitsu and Riken announced a 256-qubit superconducting quantum computer in April 2025, with plans for 1,000 qubits by 2026 in their Tokyo Research Center. Microsoft unveiled Majorana 1 using topological qubits, with plans to scale to 1 million qubits. The VIO technology can scale beyond 10,000 qubits. QuantWare claims it can potentially reach over 1 million qubits, and the fact they have demonstrated a clear path from 100 to 10,000 suggests the million qubit milestone might arrive sooner than expected in quantum computing facilities worldwide. The breakthrough is not just the number, it is the architecture. For nearly a decade, the quantum industry tried networking small processors and server racks to reach large qubit counts. QuantWare showed you can build a truly large processor by rethinking how the components connect on the circuit board. Going vertical with chiplet-based designs solves the exponential routing problem. Networked systems, even reaching 10,000 qubits total, would have much lower fidelity than a monolithic system. Every connection between chips introduces latency and potential errors. A single, tightly integrated 10,000 qubit processor maintains the coherence needed for meaningful quantum computation. That is the difference between a system that can theoretically solve a problem and a system that reliably solves it. The timeline to 2028 gives the industry time to prepare. Software developers need programming tools. Researchers and universities need time to figure out which problems to tackle first. Infrastructure in data centers needs to be built. 3 years is aggressive but achievable for an organization already shipping processors to customers worldwide. We are approaching an inflection point. With 10,000 qubit processors becoming available in 2028, fault-tolerant systems targeting 2029, and fundamental improvements in qubit coherence times in laboratories, the pieces are coming together. For the first time, the timeline does not feel like science fiction and research papers. It feels like engineering reality.